Hello, I'm Mrs. Amadimo and this is Penny. This is another lesson on measurement. We're going to start learning about time today. Let's get started. All right, my friends, the first thing we're going to do is read the essential question. Let me read it the first time by myself and then read it with me the second time. Here we go. How do you tell time to the hour? Read it with me this time. How do you tell time to the hour? Now, what do you think we should do? Penny, what do you think we should do? Penny says we need to write an I can statement. She's right. All right, my friends, how does it start? Tell me. Yes, I. And what's the rule for that word I? You're correct. It's a capital. I can. Tell me how to spell that word can. C-A-N. Tell. Tell. Tell me how to spell tell. Oh, yes. T-E-L-L. Time. It's got a magic E. T-I-M-E. To. You're already spelling it for me. T-O. The. How do I spell that? Yes. T-H-E. Hour. H-O-U-R. An hour. It's up here, my friends. If you're not sure, it's tricky because we don't pronounce this H. You just have to know when you see it, they're talking about time. Now, what goes at the end of this sentence? Yes, you're right. We need a period. All right, my friends, let me read it the first time and then read it with me the second time. I can tell time to the hour. Read it with me. I can tell time to the hour. Nicely done, my friends. Now, what does it mean? That's what we're going to talk about. There are two types of clocks. There are digital clocks, and then there are analog clocks. And I'm going to show you a picture of both real quick. Now, digital clocks are easy. All you have to do is read the numbers the way you see them. If you see 00, you say o'clock, but otherwise you read the numbers the way they are on the phone, like 2:40. Analog clocks are a little harder. With an analog clock, you have to look at the hands and figure out what time is shown. That's what we're going to go over now. All right, my friends, I drew the face of a clock. That's what they called this part with the numbers. First thing we need to talk about is on a clock, there are two hands. One hand is the long hand. This is called the minute hand. It tells us how many minutes there are. The other hand is this shorter hand. It is called the hour hand. So whatever hour it points at, that's the hour we're going to say. Now, my friends, the numbers that go around the sides, we count them by fives when we're looking for minutes. I see a couple of faces going, I'm not sure. It's okay. I promise it's going to come. So let's just practice right now. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And my friends, when we hit 60, there's 60 minutes in an hour, so it starts a new hour. What do we think? I got some yes and I got some no. Let's count by fives one more time. Ready? Do it with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And at 60, 60 minutes equals what? Penny, what does 60 minutes equal? Penny's right. 60 minutes equals 1 hour. Now, my friends, the way we read a clock is whatever number the hour hand, the short one, the hour hand is pointing at, we say that one's name. So for this one, we would say 3. And then if the minute hand is pointing straight up at 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 12 o'clock, we say o'clock. So we would read this as 3 o'clock. Say it with me. 3 o'clock. All right, my friends. So I grabbed a dry erase board and I've written out 3 o'clock for you two ways. If I was going to write it for math purposes, this is what I would write. 3, see these two dots on top of each other? They're called a colon. And then 0, 0. Because it's pointing at the 12, and that's what we write when it points at the 12. We write 0, 0. So this is 3 o'clock, written the way we would write it for math, and this is 3 o'clock, the way we would write it if we were saying it out loud. So 3, and then it's O apostrophe C-L-O-C-K. What do you think? I know it's different. Let's try another one. So my friends, if I take my hour hand, and I've got it taped on, so we'll see what happens here, and I pointed at a different number. I pointed at a different number. Let's point it like that. I put it like that. What number is it pointing at? Tell me. Yes, you're right. It's pointing at 8. So if it's pointing at 8, what time do you think it is? Penny, what time would it be if the hour hand's pointing at the 8 and the minute hand's pointing at the 12? Penny says it would be 8 o'clock. Let me write it for you. All right, my friends. Penny said it was 8 o'clock, so I have written it down. This is how I would write it if I was writing for math. 8:00. And this is how I would write it for words. 8 o'clock. So when the minute hand is pointing straight up at the 12 and the hour hand is pointing straight at the 8, we read it as 8 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Let's try one more and then we're going to switch to paper. All right, my friends, take a minute. I want you to look and see. So this is my hour hand. The short one is the hour hand. And what number is it pointing at? Let me see. You're right. It's pointing at the 2. And the minute hand is pointing up at the 12. And when the minute hand points at the 12, it's at 00 and we say o'clock. So this clock reads 2 o'clock. I wrote it down for you. And you can see it, my friends. 2 o'clock, and here's 2 o'clock written out in words. What are we thinking? Thumbs up? I think I got this, Mrs. Amodimo. This one's easy peasy. Thumbs to the side. It's new, Mrs. Amodimo, but I think I kind of get it. Thumbs down. I'm trying, Miss Amodimo, but I'm struggling. That's all right, my friends, if this isn't easy for you. Let's switch to paper and try a couple. All right, my friends, our directions say, draw the hands to show the hour. Read it with me. Directions. Draw the hands to show the hour. So my friends, this first one, we're going 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So I'm going to draw a short hand pointing at the 3. And then for o'clock, we talked about it, we've got to do the minute hand, the long one pointing straight up at the 12. So that's how we write 3 o'clock. All right, my friends, this next one, we've got 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Same thing, my friends, we're going to figure out where this 5 is. It's right here, so I'm going to draw my short hand pointing at the 5. And then because it's the o'clock is straight up. We're going to draw the minute hand pointing at the 12. All right, my friends, let's try the next one. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, so we find 7. We draw our hour hand, that's our short one, pointing at the 7. And the o'clock means we're going to point it straight up at the 12, and that is our longer hand. And we read this as 7 o'clock. Let's look at this next one, my friends. Let's look at this next one. 1 o'clock. So our hour hand is going to have an arrow drawn to the 1. Short hand is the hour hand. And then the o'clock means my next hand is going to draw up and point at the 12. All right, my friends. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can do the rest of this page and then hit play so you can see if you're right. All right, my friends, how did you do? Pause the video for a second. You can check your work and see if we agree. Please notice, my friends, this one. This is 12 o'clock. So we need both of our minute and our hour hand pointing at the 12 for 12 o'clock, my friends. It's a little sneaky, but you are smart and you are capable and you can figure it out. We hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be back with our next lesson working on telling time to the half hour. Hi, Penny. Bye.